Hello everybody and welcome back to my A through Z playthrough for Heroes of the Storm. This is one of the odd intros, but that's part only because, well, this character has not been in the game for very long. Today we are looking at Whitemane, who has been in the game for about, what is it now, 2-3 weeks? We are a week away from the Mephisto patch, excuse me, coming out. And Whitemane, well, I held off on making this because I wanted some time to go by. I wanted her and the community to get associated with each other to see whether or not any feedback was going to be given for people to give to Blizzard. And she actually has gotten some changes in that small amount of time. And it kind of has to do with the build that I first gravitated towards. For one thing, Clemency got some changes. It actually now reduces the cooldown by 4 seconds instead of 3. So they actually made this talent a little stronger. Also, the talent at level 4 that increases your mana is now 75 mana per stack removed. It used to be 60 mana, and now it's even stronger. So it seemed like... Oh, whoa. Ooh. Getting some strange lag here. There was an update for one of my... I think it was my graphics driver today, so I wonder if that could be part of the problem. Obviously, it's not like a... there's supposed to be some kind of internet issue with other players, such as I'm playing an AI game. Of course, in this early part, before you get to level 4, before this build can really come to fruition, you gotta be careful about how much you do your healing and desperation stacks, because you don't have the way to get your mana back just yet. Once you get that, then it'll change things. But so far, the community has taken quite a liking to Whitemane. I have seen her being played not just in rank play, but also in pro play. There's a lot of top-notch, top-of-the-line players that have really like Whitemane. Alright, here we go. So now, High Inquisitor, where once we cast either Inquisition or Clemency, it removes all the stacks of Desperation and restores mana per stack removed. So now I do that, and then, boom, look at that. All that mana just came back. So we are, by the way, on Infernal Shrines, and the teams are Whitemane, Vala, Sonya, the Lost Vikings, and Nazebo, versus Malfurion, Tyrael, Medivh, the Butcher, and Falstad. Good lord. I have the Lost Vikings, and we are going against a Butcher! Oh boy! Speaking of which... Oh, how did none of those toads hit the Butcher? Okay. This is gonna be great. Well, there go all my stacks. Well, rather, there goes all my mana. And then there go my stacks. But getting rid of your stacks is actually a good thing. I can either try and slow down the enemy, or I can try to continue to give Vala even more heals. I can't heal the explosion from Tyrael. Well, this is gonna be... Leave it up to the AI to give me an absurd matchup. Look at this. The Butcher's going to get so many stacks early on against the Lost Vikings. Come on. So, of course, I would do my normal intro, and probably talk a bit more about the history of the character, but obviously, the fact that this character has been out for very little, it's kind of difficult to do that. So I figured, let's just jump into a game and kind of point out the changes that have been brought to her I think there were a couple of other talents or such that did get changed, but those were like two of the ones I noticed because it has to do with the build that I first grew a liking to with Whitemane. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go back and heal. Alright. Sex. Yeah, we're gonna go with the cleanse here. Now, of course, this can start to turn Whitemane into what we used to call the piano Uther, where you would have activation buttons all throughout the top here for your 1 through 6 keys. That's never really been a playstyle I've enjoyed, but hey, you know, sometimes... Oh boy. Clemency! Keep alive! And then get all my mana back with Clemency to heal her even more. Now, in no way am I indicating that this is, like, the best build. Like, the build that I first kind of came up with when she first came out. I'm not saying this is the best build or anything, because there have been other builds I've been seeing where people have done kind of a combination, like, with their Q and even, like, some of the E talents. I've never really been fond of the E talents. But, you know, we all play Whitemane differently, and, you know, the way pro players play characters, of course, is going to be different than the way we, the common folk, play characters. Alright, get my ult, Scarlet Aegis, and armor! Massive heals! Buy a slow. Just always found her laughing just kind of funny. It's like, what? It's like, man. No wonder you were recruited to become a Death Knight. Spoiler, in case you haven't played a Death Knight in Legion, the Lich King asked you to remake the Four Horsemen, and he asked you to turn Whitemane, who died at some point. I don't remember when she got killed, but he's like, yeah, hey, why don't you go revive Whitemane and turn her into one of the Four Horsemen? Wouldn't that be funny, since she was so determined to defeat us, right? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I am very eager to see the fallout from that, and how long she's going to stay in the game as a Death Knight before we eventually have either a dungeon or a raid where we face the new Four Horsemen, featuring Whitemane, Nazgrim, Trollbane, Mograine. Of course, she's not going to put up tons of huge numbers or anything, but it's her style of healing that people have gravitated towards, that they really like. Of course, Falstad didn't leave. I would have tried to use my W on him. So, now, of course, this build, or these first couple of talents that you pick up, do rely very much on you having someone to use your W on, whether it be an ally or an enemy. If there are none around, well, then you're going to be in a bit of trouble. There we go. Oh, hi, Butcher. And Malfurion, you're both here. If I was playing like a damage dealer or a specialist, I'd try and clean that up. But hey, I'm the support, I'm the healer, so I gotta get up here and help heal my teammates. Gotta use my W, Clemency. Oh, really, Vala? I cleansed you and everything. There we go. Huh. Nice ult there, Falstad. And now slow him down. Nope, never mind. He just used his dash. Alright. Let's see. Level 13. This is where things start to get a little bit more open-ended, where you can be able to do a little bit more variation. It's, you know, I like, I think I've seen people go with this so they can get the root. Let's see. Yeah, like either Self-Righteous. That one's okay, but I like Self-Righteous. So that way, whenever you heal someone, you're also getting to heal yourself. Just like that, Alright, let's slow down the Butcher, because he's going to get stuck in those roots, and there he goes. And we have our ult up again, just in case. Which can apply to all the Vikings. That's a pretty good idea. Clemency on Nazebo. Boom! Ult. I got stuck in the roots. Clemency on Nazebo to heal him back up. Alright, now... Oh! Caught in the ley line seal. So you can use your Q 3 times on him and then just use Clemency. And not only did you heal him a bunch, but you got all your mana back. It's a style I really like. It was one of the things that gravitated me towards other healers that could be able to do that, where they could be able to apply multiple heals as well as have ways to get their mana back. Like Malfurion, back when you could actually pick up talents that helped you with your mana. Whether it was back in the old days of Conjurer's Pursuit, because pretty much every healer had that, or when they made the changes to Twilight Dream and he had his mana regen. I haven't played Malfurion in a long time, and he's like my second highest level character. I feel like it's a bad breakup that I need to try and fix. Alright, so now, let me see here. Oh, hold on, let me avoid this root. Alright. Level 16, I like either Shared Punishment, where it can chain to an additional hero. It kind of reminds me of Tassadar's level 20 auto attack upgrade. Or, upon reaching 3 stacks of Desperation, all allies with Zeal are then healed additionally. So if you want to boost your healing, that's a good way to go. Just build up your stacks. Just spread your stacks of Zeal everywhere. Just get your Desperation stacks, and all of a sudden they're going to get healed for even more. I like that. And then just use your W or your Clemency to then just get all that mana back. See? I didn't even have to use Clemency for the whole duration. It just immediately gave me all my mana back. You will live, Eric. Oh, look at that. The Vikings are together. Kind of reminds me of how I like to play the Vikings. I joke about that, of course. I know what the proper way to play the Vikings are. It's just I don't have enough confidence in my ability to actually play them like that. Because that's like ultimate micro, and if you guys have ever seen my StarCraft stuff, you know that my micro is nothing to brag about. But look at that. Look at all that healing I just did, and I got all my mana back. I can't think of many other supports in the game that can be able to do that much healing and then just immediately get all their mana back. If you do this properly, you like feel like you never have to go back because you're ever. Because if you do the sequence properly, you'll never have to go back for being Oh, cleanse. Clemency. Here we go. Bring me to the food. Oh my goodness. Run! Run, Olaf! Oh man. Get him off that sippy cup there. There we go. Very nice. Alright, I mean, I've said before, all three of these talents here are really good. I've yet to see a situation or like a video or something come up where someone utilizes the team-wide cleanse that you get with Scarlet Crusade here to like actually pull off the theory of being able to save your team with a team-wide cleanse. I think it's going to happen at some point. It just hasn't happened yet. But the fact that it heals for more, just it's so good. It's such a strong level 20 talent. I mean, it just makes her almost a mandatory healer pick against a team with a ton of crowd control, like a Jaina Ring of Frost, or just any other different combinations of ults that provide big team-wide crowd control effects, such as that. Such as the Ring of Frost, where you can be able to take advantage of this big team-wide cleansing ult. Get rid of the sippy cup. She obviously doesn't do that much damage. She does 103 per auto attack. Or, no, never mind. 166.5 per auto attack, though it shows only 103 when I'm hitting the sippy cup for some reason. You see that? 103. And yet shows 160. Oh, wait, no. I had it clicked on the Vikings. Never mind. Alright, here we go. Now I have it on myself. 102.6. 133 per second. 5.5 basic attack range. So obviously, her auto-attacking is nothing to brag about or anything. Did the Medivh finish his, no, of course he didn't. Not even the Butcher has finished his... I'm surprised that the, AI Butcher has not finished his, fresh meat quest, considering the Vikings provide him so many, opportunities to get free stacks of meat. Man, I used to play the Butcher so much, and I haven't played him in forever. Ever since characters like Arthas got reworked, where it just took melee auto attackers out of the meta, I have like Butcher has fallen so far hard out of the game, and I miss playing him. He was so much fun. Spread the stacks around. So, decent stacks, or not stacks, decent stats. Like I said, she's not necessarily a character that's going to put up a ton of numbers. She is a character that can be able to provide clutch plays, clutch healing, And I have actually gone to try out how a priest works in WoW since she came out, to get more familiar with how it works. I can tell you right now, the discipline spec, not necessarily one of my favorite specs. I get how it works, the philosophy. It's not necessarily what I would like. I already preferred Shadow and Holy over Discipline, but Discipline's not terrible or anything. It's, it's just not necessarily my style. But I think they captured that idea and philosophy with Whitemane here in HOTS. So if you like playing a Discipline Priest, I think you'll like Whitemane. So the build we went with today, Clemency, High Inquisitor. Again, these were two of the talents that got changed and buffed to be stronger. Intercession, basically her own version of Cleanse. Scarlet Aegis, Self-Righteous, Radiance, and Scarlet Crusade, the team-wide cleanse of her ult. I think she's right now in a pretty good spot. In the opening days that she has been out, a lot of players have taken a real liking to her in ranked play and in pro play. She's often either banned or picked in pro play lately. So I guess that should say something about how the community feels about her. They really like her. So while Whitemane has only been out for like 2 or 3 weeks, the next character we're gonna take a look at, oh, Zool. Oh boy, do I have an interesting history with this character. There is one particular story I have with this character that I will share with you guys when we come back. Stay tuned.